friends, in my last video I talk about the variation of pressure when the fluid is at rest state. In that video we have seen the general equation to find out the pressure is given by P2 is equal to P1 plus rho g y1 minus y2. Today we are going to study the apparatus which are useful for the measurement of pressure. In this first apparatus that we have to study is the mercury barometer. As the name suggests, bar is nothing but the unit for the measurement of the pressure, and in this we have to use the mercury as a fluid. Now the construction for this mercury barometer is, it consists of a tube which is filled with the mercury, and we have to consider a tank which is filled with the mercury. Okay, now we have to take that tube, or we have to invert that tube into the tank. Then what will happen? The mercury will go down, and the pressure at this point due to the mercury vapor is negligible. Therefore we will write down P as 0. The pressure above the mercury level is 0 in the test tube. Now at this point atmospheric pressure is acting on level 1. We have studied in our last video that level 1 is denoted by Y1, and the pressure exerted on level 1 is given by P1. Now in this case it is atmospheric pressure. Therefore atmospheric pressure is denoted by P naught, and level 2 is this level. So at level 2 the pressure exerted is given by P2, and that is nothing but the absolute pressure. Now for this case that value is 0. Now what we have to do? Just we will substitute the value and we will check what we are having. So P2 is 0, P1 is P naught plus rho g y1. What will be the value of y1? Y1 is 0, y2, this is 0, this will be positive value, therefore it is minus h. We have studied this, how to find out y2 value, in my last video. So with the help of this equation we will get 0 is equal to P naught minus h rho g, which indicates P naught is equal to h rho g. What is P naught? P naught is nothing but the atmospheric pressure. Means we can say that the mercury barometer is useful to determine the atmospheric pressure. To determine the atmospheric pressure we can use mercury barometer. I hope you understand this. Now what is rho? In this case rho is the density of the mercury. Okay, and this instrument is useful for the weather forecasting as well as it is useful in research lab. Now we will move ahead with the second apparatus, that is open tube manometer. In open tube manometer, it consists of a manometer tube which is U-shaped, and one end is open into the atmosphere and the other end is connected to the container for which we have to determine the gauge pressure. Open tube manometer is useful to determine the gauge pressure of a gas. Okay, now as shown in the diagram, level 1 will exert a pressure P1, and that pressure is nothing but the atmospheric pressure, which is denoted by P naught. Level 2 will have the pressure P2, and that is nothing but the absolute pressure, which is denoted by P. The difference between level 1 and 2 is given by height difference as h. Now we have to determine the gauge pressure. We know the general equation, that is P2 is equal to P1 plus rho g y1 minus y2. Now P2 is what? P. P1 is P naught plus rho g y1 value, means the level 1 is at 0. So 0 minus Y2 is at minus H state. For this you can refer my last video, that is the fluid at rest. Now if we solve this, we will get P is equal to P naught plus H rho G. The difference between the pressure, that is absolute pressure minus atmospheric pressure, gives you the gauge pressure, which is equal to H rho G. From this equation we can write down Pg is directly proportional to H. Now depending on the value of P and P naught, Pg will be positive and negative. Okay. Now when P is greater than P naught, Pg will have positive value, and when P is less than P naught, then Pg will have negative value. What will be the example for Pg positive? Think. Okay. Now if I consider a tire, vehicle tire, then the pressure exerted in the tire is more than the atmospheric pressure. Therefore the gauge pressure will be positive value for that case. Okay. Now for negative, Pg act as a negative when it is possible. Suppose if I consider, or if I took a juice, okay, and juice in a glass, and if I apply a straw, with the help of straw, if I suck that juice in my mouth, then what will happen? At that point the atmospheric pressure which is exerting on a juice is greater than the pressure inside my lungs. Okay, at that point the Pg value will be negative value. In this video we have studied the different instruments which are useful for the measurement of pressure. One is mercury barometer and the another one is open tube manometer. Mercury barometer is helpful or useful to determine the atmospheric pressure, whereas the open tube manometer is helpful to determine the gauge pressure. I hope this video is useful to all of you. Thank you.